about real estate, never has it gone down over time. It only goes up. And I was thinking, well, I mean, 2008, 2009, it went down pretty fucking hard. Cause that was the first time I was able to afford a house. I lived in San Diego at the time. And at that time, a fucking 2-bedroom shack, like was like a $500,000. And I'm like, why is everything so expensive? There's no way I'm ever going to be able to afford a house in the town I live in. And then the market totally shit the bed. And I was like, oh, look, everything's affordable now. Was able to buy my house, but it did eventually come back up. And I think that's sort of where you're going with that, right? Like
Exactly.
it'll dip, but it'll eventually come back up. And when it
Always.
did, that's when my now ex-wife and I, we sold, and we made a really decent profit on that house. So I can see where you're saying with that. And I think that the same thing can be said too about the stock market. If you look at like in 2000, um, like the .com bust, right? Like stocks were going down or going up, and then they just totally crashed. But now they're up way above where they were even then.
Mm,
And then same thing in 2008. A lot of like the stock market, tanked, but now it's even higher than it was in 2008. So I mean, it trends upwards. Everything sort of trends upwards at the end of the day. As long as you stay in the game long enough, it'll eventually come back up.
exactly. With stocks, it's obviously, there's different levels of stocks. There's like the penny stocks, the blue chip stocks, and everything in between. The blue chip stocks obviously are the ones that, they could go down a little bit, they could go up a little bit, but over time, the bigger companies, they're always going to go up. Even if they merge with this company, with that company, they always go up with stocks,
Mm-hmm.
the penny stocks are kind of just like all over the place, since COVID started. It's funny because since COVID started, there's been so many new day traders that have come out of nowhere because they're all out of work. So they
Yeah.
say, hey, let me, start day trading. And that's all good and fancy, but half of them obviously don't know what they're doing because
Yeah.
they're constantly going back and forth. And when they see that their stock like plummets down, it's time to sell, like they get very scared, very emotional decisions.
Yeah.
And with finances and stocks and mutual funds and real estate, it's just you're not going to make money if you operate based out of emotion.